What's up, YouTube? Sitting here listening to MSNBC. That's a side note thing, by the way, but I was just sitting here listening to MSNBC on YouTube. They were interviewing Mark Cuban about Tesla and, some stock stuff. But anyway, long story short, he said something that triggered something in my thoughts. And he was talking about how Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and all of these guys, the big billionaire entrepreneurs that put their whole life on the line for their businesses, how they're different than the rest of us and how they're not like him. They didn't cash out or whatever. So you got to respect their decision, because what they were talking about is Elon Musk is trying to take Tesla private and maybe not public no more, right? Shout out GGM, she said hey. And so, but he was complimenting those type of entrepreneurs, and then I thought about it. He said that he cashed out on his company. He's a billionaire now. Shout out Stacy Padula. And that made me think. So basically, and I'm just talking macro stuff here. I'm gonna get to the cleaning bit stuff in a minute. But so basically what we do is we sell companies just to put it into somebody else's company, because nobody keeps money in stocks. Like, you might keep some in there, but nobody keeps not stocks, but banks. Nobody keeps money in banks. You know what I mean? So you basically sell all of your company just so you can take and put it in somebody else's company, because that's what a stock is another company. And I thought that was interesting, because it's like, well, where do you keep your money? Nobody really knows where do you keep your money, because let me see, I'm gonna read some stuff because the stuff in. Shout out Jay's Cleaning. He said, yo, shout out Melee 3000. He said, boss. Shout out GGM again. She said, I'm my mom, brother. Alright. But I'm gonna turn them attorneys off. But it's crazy because it's like, I don't even know how to do it. Alright, anyway. Travis Benson said, what up? Alright, Clean Biz Network member. But it's crazy because it's like, we sell all our stuff. You'll sell your company just to turn around and put it into somebody else's company, just so you can earn 10%, 20%, whatever interest rate on your company, right? Usually on stocks, if you're doing 10%, you're doing great. And the reason why you do that is because it beats the bank. The bank ain't giving you nothing for your money. So it's like, when that's the case, everybody might as well just be entrepreneurs to keep their money in their own account then, because it doesn't make sense. I mean, it makes sense. I get it. I see it, because entrepreneurship is a vision. It's hard. It's a lot of work and all of that. But like, sitting there just soaking that information up and thinking about what I just heard, it's like, why not just keep all of your money in your own damn business then, in cash in your business account, or in your company, whether it be in assets, whether you just all in real estate, or if you put it in equipment and tools and vehicles for your business, whatever not vehicles, they depreciate, but assets for your company. But anyway, moving on. It's Monday. Let me read some more comments before I get into it. But that was just on my mind. I thought I'd put it up there. G-Man said, brother AJ Simmons, shout out G-Man. I ain't even reading that next comment. Anyway, it's August. It's about to be September. And I posted something on Instagram and I think Facebook too this morning. Okay, so that's half of 1%. That if you close on that one, that's a conversion rate of half of 1%. So why can't you pull that off? Like, what's stopping you from going to knock on 200 doors over the next 30 days to grow your business? And that one customer that you get out of those 200, that could be worth, $5 grand a month, $2 grand a month, $100 grand a month, whatever. Because I mean, there's no limit to how big an account can be. It just, are you willing to accept that account or not? Can you handle it? Are you ready for it? I mean, that type of stuff. So, but I mean, just get out there and get hungry and go knock on some doors and some email. Because I seen, shout out to Mark in the group, Mark Lahart. He said that he got his first customer doing emailing. All right, so, and then I know some people do it with cold calls, picking up the phone and calling. I know some people that do it like I did. My main thing was to go door to door knocking. All right, whatever it is, get out, network, go to networking events in your area. Join nonprofit groups, okay? Do whatever you got to do. Post every day on Instagram. I see so many cleaning companies now starting to post more on Instagram, and that shit is great. Like, I see a lot of people killing it, man, and they doing an excellent job. I can tell people are starting to get more savvy with it, learning how to use hashtags, learning how to boost engagement in their posts. You know what I mean? Like, Instagram is definitely is one probably the best social media platform out there. Not counting YouTube, because YouTube is kind of integrated with Google on the search. But I don't consider YouTube a social network. Maybe I'm wrong. Right? I think they're like separate. But anyway, make it happen, y'all. It's nothing for you to just go get it done. All right, like get busy, get out here. You know what I mean? Knock on some doors, talk to some people, and build your business. Ain't nothing to it. Never mind. I ain't gonna keep talking on that. Jay's Cleaning said, I spoke on your journey to another franchise on the day. I appreciate you. And if you know speaking of my journey and other franchise owner, for any of y'all, I know, because you know my stuff is tailored to the newer people. I like to help the new people, the small man, the person that ain't really got no guidance, right? That's always been my thing. I always wondered at what point should I graduate and move on to the veterans, but it's like I don't know if I am. I think I'm always just target like helping the new people, because I always wanted somebody to help me when I was new. But anyway, if you go to www.calculatedclean.com, not Clean Biz Network, you can get that to cleanbiznetwork.com too, but go to calculatedclean.com, and you'll have free access to bidding. Okay, so anybody that's trying to ask, how do I bid, how do you bid on accounts, all of that, you don't have to ask no more. I created an online bidding calculator. It's completely free right now because I'm in the beta phases. Once I finish going through it, everybody join, and we figure out the kinks, and y'all tell me how to improve it, all of that. Then yeah, later on I probably put a charge on it. But for right now and until further notice, it is 100% completely free. You will have to create an account to actually access the bidding calculator, so that way, whenever I finally do decide to charge for it, I want to be able to market to people if they leave, right? But I mean, I'm just telling the truth. But it's 100% free now, and the good thing about that bidding calculator is it actually tells you how to bid too. So it ain't just you plug in some numbers and then it give you a price to charge. It actually going to coach you what you should expect anyway. All right. Let's see. Chat said, "Hey AJ, do you think franchise is a ripoff? It's hard trying to get your feet wet when people don't know you." No, I don't think franchise is a ripoff. I think that number one, if you decide to go to franchise, make sure that you try to choose a franchise that allows you to get accounts outside of them without them getting a percentage of it. Now, if you can't find a franchise like that in your area, they do exist, but they're rare. If you can't find one like that, just try to find one that has the least amount of fees, and that they have people in that office that you feel like will be good partners for you. I made a franchise work for me, so definitely it's not impossible to make it work with a franchise. But you have to know your numbers, okay? You have to know your numbers. You gotta, because again, the lag in time from when you get paid is so long. When you go independent, you get to set when the payment is. When you go with a franchise, some franchises, they're getting better with it. Like I know Jan Tires, and I think that's Charlotte, North Carolina. They do 1st and the 15th, I believe now. But a lot of these companies, sometimes you won't get paid till 60 days later. You know what I mean? That's 60. And that's not unheard of in commercial business. Not just commercial cleaning, but commercial business in general. A lot of people pay net 60, net 90, net 30. It all depends, okay? So, but you just got to be careful with the franchise. That's all. You got to be very, very careful. But again, with a franchise, it's great because you're going to guarantee to get some money back for your investment. It's easier to grow fast. But I always say that even in my ebook, Is It a Scam the Truth About Commercial Cleaning Franchise? I always say from day one, if you can go independent, if you trust going independent, go independent first. And then if that ain't working for you, you want it to go faster, then definitely go ahead and get your get the franchise. TC, shout out TC. She said, late as usual, I start training on Wednesday though. Time to get this money, AJ. Definitely shout out TC, and congratulations on getting started. That was quick. I thought you were just looking, so that was quick. Congratulations to you. David Perez says, do you have your own franchising? Not yet. That's probably 2 years in the works, right? But I'm working on it though. So eventually Clean Biz Network probably is gonna go in that direction, but I don't think I'm gonna do franchising, but it's gonna be very similar to that though. But not yet. But good question. Chat said, thanks. TC said, hey, I took your advice and tried to reach out to other franchises. They ain't messing with it. They more asking me questions on competitive level, so I had to cut it short. Exactly. So and that's all it's about. Just making sure you go out there and compare all of them so you can get the best deal and know what's right for you. Because a lot of times, like I said, it's just off the vibe. And Another thing too for y'all considering franchising, if you do get a franchise, make sure that you, even if you end up getting in and you end up not liking the experience, again, remember it's just an experience anyway, okay? Because with everything that you go through with it, you're going to learn something from it regardless. I want to shout out Makia from the Clean Biz Network because she did exactly that. Like, she went through the whole process. I think she stuck with her franchise for maybe about a year or so. And after a while, she decided, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm about to sell it and I'm getting out. But she said that she has absolutely no regret. She learned a lot. And that's it. She's still in the group. She still contributed she's a very active member in the group. But anyway, I want to shout her out for that. Walter Live said, what up, AJ? Shout out Walter Live. Shout out Dave Perez said, do you own your franchising? I think you asking, do I own a franchise? So yeah, I still currently own a franchise right now. Stacy Badula said, can I get a loan from you? If I could loan it to you, I sure will give it to you and charge you 10% interest. But no, I'm not in a position to be loaning no money right now. TC said, no, I'm talking about franchisee, other franchise owners. I'm talking about franchisee, other franchise owners. Okay. They were asking me questions on the competitor level, so I had to cut that short. Gotcha. Okay, I see what you're saying. And then Stacy Badula said, how much is the interest rate? No, not. I'm confused. Everybody question. Stacy Badula said, how much is the interest rate? It all depends on, you talking about with the franchise, it all depends. They do in-house financing, so it all depends. David Perez says, no, not own. Do you own? I don't know what you're asking, David Perez. Do you do franchising? Right, that's what I was saying earlier. So I don't do franchising as of right now, this very moment. Questions. I own a franchise, but I'm not selling franchises today. Made that clear. All right, any other questions before I shut it down? I'm about to go in the store. All right, well, there we go. Brittany Rose, what was the bidding calculator? www.calculatedclean.com. You go up there, just create you a quick account. You don't got to answer all of the profile questions, but just do what's necessary so you can get up there. And then if you click create new bid, you can actually see the calculator and all of that. And it's very simple. In the beginning, you're going to have to do some reading because it's an extensive calculator. It's probably the best available that I've seen, period. All right, but yeah, it's everything you need. If you need to bid, if you wanted to ever learn how to bid, this is about to be the best thing that ever happened to you. All right, Walter Live says, do you think a bank will let you get a startup loan? Absolutely. But here's the thing though, you gotta have that business. Shout out Brittany Rose, she said thank you. You gotta have your business plan completely in order. If you got good personal credit, that'd be great. Now, if you're trying to borrow without a personal guarantee and you want to do it just through your LLC, I'm not an expert in that. You might want to reach out to my boy Juan Pablo. He's on YouTube too. He knows a little bit more about that. But even he says personal guarantee is probably the easiest way to go, the quickest way to go. Now, I do know how to get business credit without a personal guarantee, but the only way that I know how is really just to have a business. Okay, you got to have a business so that way you got some account receivables coming in, and then you can take that to a bank and borrow against your account receivables or against your assets, like if you own a truck in your company or a van or something like that. But other than that, I don't really know how to do it without that personal guarantee. But again, a good business plan might get you in the door. Okay, because I went in the bank. I remember when I was like 19, my very first time, and I was trying to buy my first franchise. I wrote a business plan, took it into SunTrust. The guy loved my business plan. He wanted to give me the loan, but I didn't have any collateral back then because that was before I was young, so I didn't have nothing. And then my credit was like, I didn't have any credit at all, so they was tempted. But he did discuss it with his underwriter and all of that, so I got that far. So I feel like if I would have kept shopping around, I could have got approved just off the strength of a good business plan. So anyway, G-Man said, do you have a video on hiring? I do. If you type in AJ Simmons hiring process on YouTube, it'll come right up. All right. Brittany Rose said, what do you think about buying carpet cleaning mounts as an investment? If you're just getting started, I wouldn't buy any type of heavy machining or like big equipment like that until you get some customers coming in to pay you. Now, if you're going into that particular line of that particular niche and it requires that, then you got to do what you got to do. But in the beginning, if you're gonna be doing just residential cleaning or just commercial cleaning, and that's not a requirement, so I will hold off until you make some money first. Let the business pay for itself as much as possible. 17 Blast said girls washroom and guys washroom, which is more gross? It all depends on the building. I used to always think it was the guy. I was cleaning a warehouse, but then I guess in an office type setting it'll be a woman because they got tissue every single way. But usually it's the men, especially if you got like a warehouse or production type of facility. It's definitely gonna be the men's. They piss everywhere, other type of stuff everywhere, everything. All right, thank y'all. I'm gonna get off here. G-Man said rent a machine. Thank you, G-Man. Definitely rent your machine in the beginning. Again, let your business pay for itself. And if you do rent the machine, make sure that you put the cost of the rental inside your quote too. I need to check. Y'all see I'm trying to get out. He said last question, do you do your own taxes? I do, and I should stop. All right. G-Man said, man, definitely. All right, thank you. I'll talk to y'all later.